Yo, what's going on? It's Keith from Black Quarterback Series. I want to break down some stuff that I saw about the Ravens draft. Now, initially, when I was watching the Ravens draft, I thought it was terrible. But breaking down and reading some articles and this isn't the third and doing my own research. That's what we're about here, doing your own research and making your own decisions. I realized and I changed my perspective that this draft was actually pretty good. So let's talk about it. I was going to do everybody's, but I think my audience, y'all kind of want to know what's going on with Baltimore. So I think I'm going to do Baltimore. If you guys want me to do everybody else, I can do everybody else. I watched the draft. It's not going to take me no time. This is my thing. So the Ravens draft. So they drafted, and I'm only going to say the guys that I want to talk about. I think I'm going to miss a couple defensive players. It's not really my thing. But I'm going to do the first round and a couple of the offensive guys that they drafted. So, for one, they drafted a punter. Why they drafted a punter? I have no idea why they drafted a punter. You tell me. They drafted Kyle Hamilton, Tyler Lindenbaum, David Njoku, Cal Kolar, Isaiah Likely. So, let's start with Kyle Hamilton. My first initial thought when I saw that they drafted a safety, it was like, why are we drafting a safety? We signed some safeties. We got some defense safeties. We got a guy that was on the injury list this year, Marcus. Why are we drafting safeties? I think we're pretty good in the secondary. But this is a steal at 14. Most experts had him going in the top 10. So when something like that drops, you have no choice but to take him. And that was kind of the Ravens' theme throughout this whole thing. Kyle Hamilton, big guy, played for Notre Dame. So, he played big games. Pretty versatile. You can probably put him a little bit of anywhere. And like I said, he's large. I don't have his this guy is 6'4", 220. That's a big safety. That's a huge safety. So you telling me he might be able to rush? You can probably put him in exotic packages. Y'all already know what Baltimore is about. So at first I was mad at the pick. I'm like, this is a receiver heavy draft. Why didn't you take no receivers, right? That's a good pick looking at it. And so then we get into stuff that more Lamar Jackson would appreciate. Then we get Tyler Lindenbaum. He has some connections with the Ravens. The Ravens are known for drafting players out of Iowa. Let me vet myself, make sure it's Iowa. It is Iowa, which also is where Marshall Yanda is from. Anybody knows the Ravens, they know who Marshall Yanda is. Great lineman for the Ravens as well. And they say Tyler Lindenbaum could be Marshall Yanda. He trains in Marshall Yanda. So that's a great thing to know because the Ravens haven't been the same since he retired. As far as the offensive line, they're like low tens of the league. They're like 14, 15. From about 15 to 25, I've seen some reports that said they were 15th in offensive rating or offensive line play, and I've seen some that said they was low as 20. So they're between 20 and 15 somewhere. You don't want to be there because the champions. They're top 10. You want to be top 10 offense, top 10 defense, top 10 offense. You want to be top 10 in a lot of these things, right? So, they picked him at 25. We took advantage of the fact that Dallas is incompetent because there's no reason he should have made it past Dallas. Now, if I'm wrong, vet me if I'm wrong, but Dallas took the project. When they should have took Lindenbaum at their pick. So we picked Lindenbaum at 25, best receiver in the draft. He's very durable, 40 straight starts at Iowa. But the only downside is that he's kind of small. He's undersized for a center. But I don't think that really matters. If you can ball, you can ball, Allen Iverson was undersized and he a Hall of Fame. He took a game off Shaq and Kobe Lakers. So it don't even really matter. It just matters what you got in your heart and if you can ball or not. And pick that 25, he can play. And so we have David Njoku too. That's the pick that kind of was hesitant to me because it's like he has an injury history. He's coming off an injury. But then this also is a guy who would have been a top 10 pick if it wasn't for injuries. So another one of those situations where it's like I gotta take him because he's there. So if you look at all these first 3 picks that the Ravens took, there's no way that you're taking a receiver at any point here. So there's no, I'm not mad at any of these picks, because if they turn out well, it's great. It's great. If some of them like falter, I'm not mad at the way they took them. So I'm very impressed with what the Ravens do, but this is the Ravens front office we're talking about. They always do great things. And so I'm going to skip a couple guys. They took a punter in the 4th round. I don't understand as to why they took a punter in the 4th round. That was stupid to me. And so we get to Charlie. I don't know why I'm calling that Kyle. Charlie Kolar, I think. Just from the highlights and some of the things I've seen about him, he's more of your classic, typical, true tight end where he blocks and he catch a couple passes. 6'6", 525 or 552, excuse me. He was drafted in the 4th round, 128th pick. I don't see him. He's not roster filler, obviously, because took him in the top 5 picks or top 5 rounds. But I think he'll be a good backup. He'll be a good backup for Mark Andrews. He can be an extra lineman on the sweeps and the fakes that Lamar likes to run. He's not. This is just me for what I've seen. I don't think he's versatile enough. He's not versatile enough to where they switch him around and put him in the slot in different sets and all that. But Isaiah Likely is. And that's not a pun. His name is Isaiah Likely. Fourth pick, 139. Well, round 4, 139th pick. 6'6", 245. This guy is kind of, I wouldn't call him lanky, but you can plug and play this dude in. It's just from what I've seen. Now, granted, these are from what I've seen. I don't know. I don't watch college football, just from me studying. He doesn't look fast. When I was watching his highlights, I'm like, he does not look fast at all. He can stretch the field though, just from the highlights I've seen. Now, granted, these are highlights and breakdowns from what people tell me. Obviously, I'll have to watch him play to get the full scope. But he looks like he can play receiver. Looks like he can play slot. It looks like he can take some of those sweeps. And if Rashard Bateman is what we want Rashard Bateman to be, he can be a good second artillery player, just like we had Hollywood when he was putting Hollywood in the slot, putting Hollywood on his edge, throwing it inside the numbers and all that. So I think this will be Lamar's 2nd favorite target. Hopefully 3rd favorite target, because Bateman is a Pro Bowler. If Bateman is a Pro Bowler, then we're great. Couple more things I want to talk about. I want to talk about the draft. So Malik Willis. He passed for 2,857 passing yards, 27 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 13 rushing touchdowns, played in 13 games last year. He was drafted to Tennessee. People be like, Keith, why are you talking? I actually talked about this with my friend. He was like, I know you want your guys to be successful, but let's be for real. Tennessee is not doing anything. But I'm going to make a case for Tennessee in this video towards the end. So if you're still here, what's going on? So, best case scenario, Malik Willis comes into the league and he lights it on fire. He was drafted in the 3rd round by a really good organization. He has Mark Bravel and he has Derrick Henry in his backfield. He doesn't have the best offensive line, but I think that they can shore that up. And I don't think necessarily you need a really good offensive line, because you got that beast in the backfield. So there are going to be packages. There just absolutely has to be packages where you have both of them on the field. You can't have a talent like Malik Willis and Derrick Henry and not put them on the field together. Now, do I think he's going to start? No. I don't think he's going to start unless for whatever reason Tennessee gets off to an 0-5 start. I haven't looked at the schedules. Obviously, the schedules haven't came out yet. But if I see the schedule and it looks like they have a tough road, that quarterback room can get really hot, especially if Malik Willis lights up the preseason. If he does not light up the preseason, he's not playing this year. But if he lights up the preseason and he's playing well against competition on his level, higher competition, then we got a game on our hands. I'm definitely going to be reacting to his first preseason game when he gets a chance to play. I just hope he starts. It's harder people to get past than Ryan Tannehill. So, but if I had to be like honest and not be biased, I don't think he's going to start this year. I think he's going to start once that contract for Tannehill ends. Either injury and he plays well, or when the contract ends for Tannehill. So that's what I think. So that's all I got for the draft coverage. If I see anything else of note, I'll let you guys know. Let me know what you guys think. Did you get the guy that y'all wanted in the draft? What do you think the Ravens did? Do you think they had a good one? Do you think they should have got a receiver? Do you think they should have traded up to draft a receiver? Let me know. If you're interested in the USFL, I got a video about it right here. And, well, not right here. I'm sure it's probably right here now. Go ahead and click that. Follow me. I got the USFL on lock right now. Enjoy football. I'll tell you guys later. Peace.